In this video, I'm going to introduce to you a stretch which I've been doing more as I've been doing more gym in recent months. So the back muscles, I would like to first say that the back muscles are located between the shoulder to the last rib, roughly at where the thoracic vertebra and the lumbar vertebra intersect. On my back, it will look about this region on my body. In my clinical practice, there are some people that come to see me and they tell me that their back hurts. But what happens is that upon asking further, I realize that where they are talking about is actually their lumbar region. So please understand that for this video, I'm going to be talking about the shoulder to the last rib, that region of the body, and not the lumbar region. That will be covered in another video. The back muscles are often used whenever we are leaning forward and we are doing things like desk-bound work, or we are leaning forward to do other forms of labor. Now, in my clinical practice, I've noticed that there are more and more people having back pain or back problems because their posture is not optimal. What happens is that whenever we're at the desk, a lot of us, instead of choosing to have a good posture, they instead are having what we call an anterior head carriage, meaning the head is located or displaced forward, away from the shoulder, and the work on the table might be a little bit too far, resulting in them adopting a posture that looks like that. In this position, you will notice that my shoulders are rounded forward and my head is displaced forward, which results in the back looking like that. As opposed to when you have good posture, your back should look like this. This would be in a state whereby both your front and your back muscles are at a state of equilibrium, such a way that your body is in balance. If we do more of leaning forward than backwards, what happens is that the back muscles will get very elongated, while the forward chest muscles are a little bit more contracted and tight over time. So, for this stretch, I'm going to be introducing to you the bench stretch, which you can Google in other videos to reference, or you can follow my steps to do it. The bench stretch is something which I've noticed that some weightlifters have been adopting in order to achieve a better range of motion when they achieve the snatch lift, which involves a lot of shoulder and neck stability and flexibility. So please take the time to understand how to do the bench stretch properly before you attempt to do the stretch on your own. For this stretch, I tend to do it more in the gym as part of my warm-up, but at home I also do it once in a while, especially when I've been doing a lot at the desk with my computer. So in the gym, I would use their normal weightlifting bench, but at home, I will either use a mattress or I can use my chair. For the purpose of this video, I'll be using a chair right here, and you're going to be needing a support for the floor. So for this stretch, I'm going to be using the yoga mat. You can also use a towel or something for you to cushion your knees as you are doing this stretch. You have to be in a kneeling position to do this bench stretch. Okay, so for this bench stretch, what you're going to do is that you're going to start off in a kneeling position. You're going to start off in a kneeling position with your hips directly above your knees. From this position, you are going to bend forward at the hips, not the body. You're going to be bending at the hips and supporting yourself on your choice of support. In my case, I'm using a chair for this. From here, you are going to place your hands on the back of your shoulders while pressing your chest towards the ground, your head tucked in a little bit. From here, maintain this position for about 10 to 15 seconds. And once you're done, hands come back to the chair, lift your body up, and slowly come back to a neutral position to rest before you do the next set after about 30 seconds of rest. Do ensure that when you're doing this stretch, do it slowly. Make sure that it's stable before you move to the next position. What you do not want to be having is for your support, where in my case it's a chair, is able to move. You do not want it to be sliding away from you as you're doing this stretch. Another thing to take note of is that your knees should be directly below your hips and not in front or slightly behind. Please ensure the following before you do the stretch. In one of my previous videos, I had covered what is called the deltoid stretch, whereby we bring our arm across the chest and we bring it closer to us. This is called the deltoid stretch. For some of us with tighter back muscles, you might also notice that the deltoids will also, in a way, hit the area just in between the shoulder blades or the scapula. That is perfectly normal. However, please note that the deltoid stretch is meant to target the deltoids and not the back per se. So, by hitting the back muscles, you may have some stretch there as well, but that is not the main target for the deltoid stretch. The bench stretch is meant to target more of the shoulders as well as the area in between the scapula for the stretch. However, some of us may also feel some stretch on the lats. That's perfectly fine.